There are people out there right now who need exactly what you do. You see, they're looking, but they're just not finding you. Not because you're hard to find, not because you're not putting yourself out there. I'm sure you are. I mean, you probably have a website. Maybe you do post consistently, and you really are trying your best to show up. But the people who would pay you without negotiating or refer you without being asked, or people who just would keep coming back for more without you even needing to follow up, those people are scrolling right past you. And I'm sure you can't figure out why. Well, in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly why that's happening. See, it's not your niche, it's not your pricing, and it's not your content. It's something most branding advice never touches, because most branding advice is built from the outside in, not the inside out. So let's dive in and get right into it. So here's what nobody tells you about personal branding. People don't just evaluate what you say you do. They evaluate whether you feel like someone they want to work with. And that second thing, it happens in seconds. You see, before they read your bio and way before they watched your video. You see, there's research on this. You see, a Princeton psychologist, his name's Alex Todorov. He ran a series of studies where people were shown two candidates' faces for 1/10 of a second. That's 1/10 of a second. And they predicted the outcome of that political election with 70% accuracy, just based on that first impression alone. 70%, right? From a fraction of a second. Now, imagine what people are doing when they spend 30 seconds on your Instagram profile, or watch the first 5 seconds of your TikTok, or read that first line on your website. They're making a judgment. It's not a conscious one. It's more of a gut feeling. It's a sense of something, right? But the question is, like, what exactly are they sensing? What they're ultimately sensing is a gap. It's a subtle distance between who this person appears to be and who they actually are. You see, the positioning might be a little too polished. The language might be a little too borrowed. And the photos might look a little too staged. See, nothing is like wrong exactly, but nothing feels quite right either. So what do? They scroll past you. They move on. They don't know why they do it. You don't know why. But I'm here to tell you that gap is the reason why. And there's a word for this gap. It's called incongruence. And it's the single most expensive problem in personal branding. See, it's expensive because it's invisible. You can't put incongruence in a spreadsheet. You can't A/B test your way out of it. You can't fix it with the new headshot or a better elevator pitch. You can only fix it by closing the distance between who you actually are and who you're showing up as. Now, if any of this is landing for you, I just want to tell you about a book I just released called Unbrand Yourself. The whole book is built around this exact problem. If this episode is hitting something for you, then the book goes even further. So go check it out. It's on Amazon. I put the link in the description for you below. So I want you to think about the last time you hired someone, or maybe recommended someone, or maybe just think about the time where you hired someone and you just kept working with them. Now, when you did that, did you make a list? Did you run them through a rubric? Did you evaluate their skills against a set of predetermined criteria? Probably not, right? What you probably did is you had a gut feeling. And then from that gut feeling, you trusted it. Maybe you trusted it subconsciously. Maybe you try to dress it up as rational language, right? Like, well, they have the right experience, or their process makes sense, or something like, hey, I really like their product, or I love their portfolio, right? And yeah, those things could be true. But what came first essentially was the feeling, right? See, the right people, the clients who are the right fit for you, they operate exactly the same way. They'll rationalize their decision, but they'll make it on feeling first. And the feeling they're looking for is recognition. Not familiarity, recognition. And I mean, there's a difference, right? See, familiarity is, I've seen someone like this before. Okay. Recognition, there's something real happening here. I see myself in this other person, right? I can relate. That's recognition. See, people recognize realness. They feel it in the writing. They feel it in the way you hold yourself on camera. They feel it in the specificity of your language, whether you're speaking in brand speak or you're speaking in your actual voice. And when they feel it, something in them relaxes. They stop evaluating and start considering the possibility of what it's like working with you. See, that is the moment you go from invisible to findable. See, not from posting more, not from better SEO, from closing that gap. So how does the gap open in the first place? Because most people build their brand from the wrong way around. Let's be honest. They start with their audience, right? Who am I speaking to? I mean, and that's a good question. Totally makes sense, is logical. It's a very important question, but it's the wrong first question. Some people might start with the competition, right? What's everyone else doing? And that's also a good question, but it's also not the right first question. They start with the platform. Where should I be showing up? Should I be on Instagram? Should I be on LinkedIn? Should I be on Facebook? But they're running through the same problem. Yeah, that's a great question, but it's the wrong first question. See, the right first question is, who actually am I? Not that aspirational version, not the version that looks good in a positioning statement. Like, who are you before all of that? What do you actually believe about your work? Not what you've been told to say or by what you think would be good if someone was grading you, like how people would expect you to show up. Like, what have you actually done that no one else has done the same way? What makes you furious about the way things are, in your industry, right? What do you know from living that you couldn't have learned from a course? See, the answers to those questions are your brand, not the polished version of your career, not your credentials, the actual texture of who you are. See, when you build from that place, the gap closes. I mean, it doesn't close perfectly, it doesn't close immediately, but it starts going in the right direction. And when the gap closes, people start to feel something when they encounter you. They start to feel that recognition. And recognition is what turns a browser into a buyer, a reader into a client, and a cold connection into a warm referral. The right people can't find you right now because what they're encountering isn't quite you. So give them you, the actual you, the one who has specific opinions and real history and a point of view that comes from somewhere and something true, because that's the version of you that's findable. So here's exactly what I want you to leave with today. You're not invisible because you're not good enough. You're invisible because the version of you that's out there is a filtered version, a safer version, a version that is built trying to appeal to everyone, which means it really doesn't appeal to anyone. The people who are right for you are not looking for a generalist. They're not looking for someone who checks all the boxes. They're looking for someone who feels right. Someone whose specific way of seeing the world matches the problem they're trying to solve. You can be that person, but only if you let yourself be that person in public. Now, if you watch this entire episode and something in it gave a name to what you've been feeling, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the link in the description and book a free personal brand audit with me. You pick a day and time that works for you, fill out a short questionnaire so I know where you're coming in at, and then we get on a call and we just jump on together and go through exactly what's working, what's not, and what needs to change. See, I'm not going to do any kind of pitch. I'm not going to try to do any upsell before we talk or anything. I just want to help you have an honest look at your brand. I only take these, a few meetings a week. Okay. So if the link is available and open, go book now because they do fill up. And one last thing, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot and it helps this channel grow. So appreciate you being here with me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.